We found another local for here in the booth. She's back from Wisconsin. Lauren Magiera, part of the WGN Sports family. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. You guys have like the best seats in the house here. Thanks for having me up here.
Yeah, it's not so bad, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
What's it like being back for you, back home? You're from Barrington, right?
That's right. I mean, originally from Jefferson Park. I moved out to Barrington when I was about 5 or 6 years old. So I went to elementary school, middle school, high school in Barrington. So I would like to say I'm from there. But it has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've had to live a bunch of different places in order to get where I am, and I mean, this has just been an absolute dream come true and a blessing from God. I'm just so happy to be here.
Well, here you grow up rooting for the Bears, and justifiably so. A lot of people do that around these parts, and you go up and work for the Packers.
I know, it was awful.
The Packers.
I know, I felt like such a traitor. I'm like, oh my gosh, the sacrifices you have to make in your career sometimes. But no, the longer I was there, the more I learned that they're just a first-class organization. I mean, they really do things right there, and they treat you with respect, and they're a great organization to work for. I loved working there. But I can't begin to tell you how happy I am to be home. It's so funny because every day in Wisconsin, that's all people ever asked me. Oh, we know you're from Chicago. You're a Bear level. Don't try to trick us. And I said, hey, I'm the only Bears fan you'll ever see root for the Packers, because if the Packers went to the Super Bowl, so did I. I wanted to go to the Super Bowl. So now we're back to rooting for the Bears again. And the Cubs and the Sox, it's been awesome.
Avi Garcia is on with 2 strikes. You may be good luck here. We may have to keep you.
You know, I think I would be okay with that. You know, I'm really, this seat is very comfortable. You have a view. I'll take it.
What have you gotten to work on since you've been back? It's been fun for you.
Oh, gosh. I've been to a lot of White Sox games, a lot of Cubs games. I got to cover the NFL draft. I would say that was probably the most exciting thing, getting to be on the red carpet for the draft and having all the players walk by. And that was just a really, really exciting time because it was kind of spur of the moment. It was very quick. I felt like an entertainment reporter. It was so bizarre because I'm so used to doing sports. I'm standing on the red carpet, like reaching over like, hey, Ezekiel Elliott, come over here, talk to me. And then I'm like, oh, what kind of label are you wearing? It's really bizarre.
That's Steve's guy. Steve wanted to go to Ohio State.
Yeah, well, I wanted Ezekiel Elliott to come to the Bears.
Yeah.
But obviously they didn't think he would go 4, but
right.
He certainly did. But you know, you're going to get the same thing from just about every general manager and organization. This is exactly the guy we wanted. We're shocked that he fell to us at, you know, you can fill in the round
XYZ,
and everything else,
yeah.
but that's kind of what happens. We didn't want anybody else. This was the exact guy, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really fun. But I'll have to say, I mean, covering these games here, going to games all the time growing up, and actually getting to say, like reporting from U.S. Cellular Field and Lauren Magiera, WGN News, was just such a surreal moment. I feel like such a dork. You guys are such like veterans and professionals.
Oh no,
I'm geeking out over here.
I'm the same guy. I grew up here. I just moved back, so I know how you feel.
Okay,
I know
good.
how you feel. No, it's good. It's good. When you're talking about reporting from here, what memories kind of come through into your mind? What memories from Chicago sports?
Oh, one memory that sticks out so much from my childhood is my dad had brought me to a Cardinals-Cubs game at Wrigley Field, and he's, you know, trying to teach me about the rivalry between the Cubs and the Cardinals, and I'm thinking, like, it's a baseball game. I'm young, and I'm still learning this. How much can they hate each other? And he said, yeah, you know, it's more for the fans. Yeah.
A lot.
So I'm learning this, and we're our seats are over on the third baseline, and a ball goes flying out and hits a guy straight in the mouth right behind us. He's holding his teeth. There's blood everywhere, and nobody would help him because he was wearing a Cardinals hat. And my dad got up and helped him out, but, oh, here we go.
6'4" on the fielder's choice, and that's all?
So my dad got up and helped him, and everyone's booing my dad. Whose side are you on anyway? And the poor guy is holding his teeth. And, you know, after we got him the paramedics and everything, my dad sat back down and was like, do you understand a little bit about how much these two teams hate each other? It's very real. So I think that memory stands out quite a bit for me.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, it gives you an idea of the intensity. And, of course, that Bear-Packer rivalry doesn't have they have no intensity whatsoever.
You know what was cool is I was at rookie minicamp the other day, and John Fox walks right up to me and says, you know, I think you made a very good career move leaving those cheeseheads. I'm like, I had to like focus in a second. Like, is that John Fox talking to me? Talking to a career advice? So, I mean, just goes to show that he noticed I came from Packers. It was a pretty cool experience.
What's it mean to you to be part of the WGN Sports family?
Gosh. I mean, world's greatest network. It's the station I grew up watching. I mean, when I was little, and I used to think I was so grown up because I watched the news, and I loved being a kid referencing the news. And WGN is a station I watched. I mean, they're just absolutely legendary, and they do it the best, in my opinion. And so, I mean, of any of the stations, if I could have had my pick of moving home and getting to cover, you know, all the teams that I rooted for my entire life, I mean, I would pick WGN, and it was just, it is equally rewarding having them pick me.
Well, when I came back to Chicago and was able to work with WGN originally over on the other side of town, I remember growing up distinctly with memories of Dan Roan doing the sports. I was just a little kid when Dan was working, and it was just terrific to be associated with those people. And I know sports have been a huge factor for WGN over the years.
Well, see, here's the difference between the three of us. You watch the sports, you watch the news. I watch Bozo.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I got to go to a Bozo show when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember when I came in for my job interview, they're like, "Oh, have you ever been in this building before, like for a tour or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I went to Bozo when I was a kid."
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
by the way.
I know, right? But yeah, I remember watching Dan when I was a kid too, and it's like, it's so cool to be walking around the building and see the people that I idolized growing up. And you don't want to say, like, I've been watching you ever since I was a kid. You know, you have to be careful.
I do that. I said that to Ron Majors earlier today. Robin made me say that to him, and I got thrown under the bus. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, but talking about a small world, can I tell you guys a cool story that happened the other day?
Absolutely. Yeah. We got nothing but time.
Oh, great. I was standing in the dugout kind of waiting for Robin Ventura to come out so we can talk to him pre-game. And Todd Frazier comes up to me and says, you competed gymnastics at University of Alaska? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you remember competing against Rutgers? And I'm thinking, and he said, me and my wife were talking the other day. She competed gymnastics at Rutgers. You guys competed against each other in college.
Wow.
Isn't that not a small world?
How about that?
Did Rutgers go to Alaska, or did Alaska come to New Jersey?
I don't remember. I think it was like a tri-meet.
You'd remember if you went to Jersey.
Yeah, no, I think we competed as a tri-meet at Yale, I want to say, or UConn. We were definitely on the East Coast, but I'm sitting there and he's like, yeah, me and my wife were talking about it. You guys competed against each other. I'm like, wait, no, we have to do this math. And so we talked about the years we competed and everything, and yeah, sure enough.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, I competed in gymnastics against Todd Frazier's wife.
How about that?
Yeah.
Lauren, great pleasure to meet you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for having me. What
Good
an
luck
honor.
here.
Thank you so much.
Great to have you here in Chicago.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Lauren Magiera, part of the WGN Sports family, and we welcome her back to Chicagoland. Runners off, eaten to center field, and right at the Indian center fielder, Rajai Davis. 2 down, ball gets away, and the Sox will get a base out of this. Austin Jackson into second. What a lovely lady to have in the booth, Lauren Magiera.
And certainly we wish her a lot of luck. So this ball well hit. Unfortunately, Rajai Davis is right there. And then somehow, like Napoli just misses that. That probably is going to go E3. As the throw is trickling in, we'll have to see. It is indeed E3.
So 2 out, and with the error, Jackson into second. Jimmy Rollins, the hitter. And another base for Austin Jackson. This one through the legs of Gomes.
You don't see this happen very often to Yan Gomes. He normally is a good, solid defensive catcher. And that's going to go as a pass ball. He just missed it. That ball sunk. Good movement by Kluber. No catch by Gomes.
So, error of pass ball, runner at third. One more of those pass balls. The Sox will be on the board. Good to have Chicagoans coming back. And then Lauren's back.
It's nice. And
you're back.
Yes, certainly. My back is. It's bothering me.
Yeah.
Yes, I am back. Been here for quite some time. However, it's really nice to see the excitement on people who have grown up here and then get a chance to do what they do in the media and come on back to town.
Napoli, the feed to Kluber. And by the way, she's pretty athletic too. Lauren Magiera. the amount of that I can't do is pretty significant. What a first pitch.
And she picks up the ball and gets it there.